So good morning. My name is Arnel. I'm the teacher blogger. So if it's your first time to click this blog, I would like to personally welcome you. Thank you for joining me in my blogs. And please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Arnel Matraso. So today, I visited the fourth pillar. So for Sambongueños, this is a sanctuary of love, of peace, a sanctuary of reconciliation, a sanctuary of peace, forgiveness, unity. No? This is a sanctuary of togetherness. No? This is what fourth pillar is all about. And so the blog for today talks about how to mentor students of other faith, no? Of other faith and of other political affiliation. Flag note number 1. So, for a teacher to become an effective mentor to students of other faith and of other political affiliations, it is necessary for us to be objective. That's number 1. Be objective to our students on how we handle them. So objectivity would lead us to always know our role for that particular course. So what is our role as a teacher? So we really have to be objective in terms of the skills. So we are there to teach our students the skills. So on my part, I'm teaching language, I'm teaching English. I focused on the skills on reading, listening, reading, and writing. And it is important that my role there is not to convince students to join me in my faith. And so I'm quite careful in giving them reading materials. It has to always be objective. So the reading materials should not be biased to my faith. So that's why I use textbook that would always promote equality of religion. So as teachers, it is important that we really have to look into the objectives of the course and to be very prudent in selecting the materials that we are using for our students. It shouldn't be biased to our faith. It has to encompass, it has to involve other materials that would present the images of other culture and other religion. So we need to be sensitive with that. And on my part, I've been teaching for more than 20 years now. Even if I was new in the service, as a young teacher, I'm really clear with that. In fact, my students that I mentored before in Zamboanga City High School, some of them were Muslim students. And I think I'm quite effective in dealing with multi-cultural setup or classroom that would involve students of different faith or religion. So that's number 1. I really have to be objective. So in recognizing students in class, so I really have to be objective in grading them. So if a Muslim student deserves to be the top one to represent the class, for example, in Quiz Bee, or to represent the class or the school on a travel, educational travel, we really have to recommend students who are deserving. So relative to blog note number 1, it is necessary for us to be fair, to exercise fairness in treating our students. So fairness is very important because that is where you will be able to practice equality in class. So relative to objectivity, equality will bring out more opportunities for students of different faith than that I give them equal opportunities. I always advocate equality in class. So whoever deserves to be rewarded with scholarship, rewarded with awards, no? To represent the class in a quiz bee, it should always be on the basis of equality. So ask around, no? Ask my students, my previous students before, they would always say that I give equal opportunity to all. Note number 3, we teachers will have to strive to see God's image in others. By others, we mean of different faith, right? Students of different faith. So it would be easier for us to accept students different from us. So sometimes, in selecting students to represent the school or to do a certain task, important task, sometimes we consider their religion as a factor. So we shouldn't really deprive students from any opportunity. So it's important for us, well, it would be easier for us to accept them, to nurture them, to give them opportunities, and to help them. Because in seeing God's image in others, it is easier for us to treat them as our own. In seeing them, in seeing God's image in them, it is easier for us to accept them as our own children. See? So it's important to really focus on God's image. And that all of us belong to God, regardless of our faith, regardless of our political ideologies. We still go back to the very foundation of life, who is God, right? So try to see God's image in them, right? Well, sometimes, we have different circumstances in life. So whatever it is that you experienced before, maybe you had bad experience with people of other faith, no? Maybe try to see it in your heart to forgive, right? To forget about what happened in the past and accept people not like us in terms of faith, no? So these are the 3 points to remember in order to become an effective mentor. I have dealt with a lot of students, different socioeconomic status, of different political beliefs. Not only children, I've dealt with adolescents, I've dealt with college students, high school, college, PhD students of different faith and different political ideologies, right? So I have learned how to mentor them and treat them as my own children, as my own, so that we will not be indifferent in treating them and not be selective and give opportunities only to our students of similar faith. It's important to always see everyone the way we see others in general. Not be selective, always be fair. So the Fort Pillar Shrine is a place where people in Zamboanga City of different faith would come together. There were even some narratives in the past where people, not Christians, even our Muslim brothers and sisters, who would come. And on my part, I have seen Muslims coming in, praying. And I asked around, why was that possible for other faith to come and pray? And I heard stories that there were stories of healing and protection that other people of different faith would pray to Our Lady. And so there were stories of healing and miracles that would involve people of other faith. No? Even if you will study the accounts of miracles in the world, those who were blessed with healing and miracles were not only people of faith, not the Catholics, but also those who experienced the healing wonders of Our Lady would also involve other people of different faith. So we can say that, you know, this place is a symbol of love, compassion, unity, that all of us, regardless of our religion, would have to be united under God. We have to love one another under God, under one God that we are praying, we're worshiping. So we can say that one way of mentoring students is to always see God's image in our students, regardless of their political affiliations or their religion. So that's, I think, the significance of this shrine. And so everything that is good, everything that is love, everything that has compassion is God. Right? So it is really necessary for us to be good mentors, to be effective mentors to our students. Let's just try to see God's image in our students, regardless of their faith and political ideologies. So by students, I am referring to not only adolescent students, but, you know, students of critical thinking already, higher critical thinking, students who are very argumentative, students who are already certain of what they believe in. So it is necessary for us just to try to see God's image in them, so that there is no need for us to convince them, to persuade them, to join us, or to convert them. I think what is important is that we see the goodness of God in them. Do you see the point? It is important for us to see the goodness, the love, and kindness in them. Because all of us are supposed to be under God. So we can coexist in this world without really quarreling. That's why I included political ideologies, political belief, religion, and political affiliations, because I think this is really one of the reasons for arguments, you know, for bickering, for quarreling. So perhaps it's important just to see the goodness in other people. Try to find that kindness and goodness and love and compassion in other people. Even if you don't still see them or see these things in them, I think it's still possible that, you know, in treating them with objectivity, in treating them with equality, in seeing the goodness, God's image in them, I think it's highly possible that we will achieve unity in a progressive environment. Right? And the red circle, click the red circle and then click the bell so that you will be notified on the other future vlogs that I'll be doing. Doing book reviews, lectures, and live vlog like this one. So again, please don't forget to subscribe. So this is one way of supporting me, helping me to produce more quality vlogs like this one. So thank you, and I wish you and I pray for you that you will always be protected with the pandemic that we are experiencing right now. I pray for your good health. I'm praying for everyone, not only For Catholics, I'm praying for all my friends, all people of different race, religion, and political ideologies. Okay, so thank you and see you later. Bye! Nombre manang.
Mercedes Aliado.
¿Cuántos años es tu aquí? ¿También de Candela?
Sa 1977.
1977, ¿está aquí tú?
Si,
¿Cuántos se manang? ¿Cuántos es? 20. Gracias. ¿Qué tal el negocio?
bueno,
Bueno, man. ¿Cuántos días ito aquí?
mga un mismas.
Un mes abierto este?
Si, no hay gani trang aquí.
Un mes yan lang siyempre tarisa.
Sini.
So no hay para dito yung negosyo.
No, ay kakilang man yun.
Pero de mask man tamen to, no? Okay, gracias manang.
Sige.
Puy daw.